Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Finish Line Pub here in Millville, New Jersey. But we're close to Commercial Township. We're, what, about 3 miles away, Mike?
3 miles, yep.
And with me is the mayor of Commercial Township, Mike Vizzard, who is probably the most popular mayor. I got to tell you, this guy is so good. A friend of mine, Joe Pepitone, and I were over at one of Joe's homes that he has in Laurel Lake. This has been probably a year or two ago. And anyway, three, it probably has. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, Joe's vehicle, it's 10 o'clock at night, wouldn't start. So I'm like, God, Jim, what am I going to do? I said, we'll call the mayor. Called Mike. Yep, I'll be right there. Came over, started it, and didn't even send me a bill. That was impressive. Thank you, Michael. So how you doing?
Good, real good.
Good. Yeah. A lot of, we've talked about, in fact, Mike brought Joe Cloudy and Dina. His wife is here, and of course Marie, his significant other, and one of my classmates. And who better come, because it's going to be here this year, Dick Smith. We're having a class reunion for Dick and I and our class, and it's going to be here at the New Jersey Motorsports Park Officers Club over that way. That's going to be all September 16th. You know what's funny? See, you're still young enough that all the guys Dick and my age and women, they can't see at nighttime when they drive. I can, but they can't. So we had to move the class reunion from 8 o'clock to midnight, or 12 or 11 or whatever. Now we move it from 4 to 9. So those who can't see to drive, go home. But it's always fun to have that going on. Now you went to Millville High, right?
I did, yes.
And you had Dick Smith as your teacher.
I did at Fort North School, yeah.
What grade?
Seventh grade.
7th grade. Who taught you 8th grade?
Mr. Buck, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But was Vic Caruso, Vic Caruso, did he teach also Fort North?
I think he did, yeah. He wasn't one of my teachers, but I think he did, yeah.
A lot of good people there. So what's happening at Fort North School?
Nothing at the moment. I know the school board is trying to sell it, but they ran into some problems. I'm not really sure. I'm not privy to all what the problems are. But we are looking for it to hopefully soon become another part of the community. It's going to be an asset to the community, I'm hoping, but nobody's bought it yet.
So what are some of the things, one thing I've mentioned in the past, folks, about the New Jersey, or about the Commercial Township, is all of the natural resources that you have. I was wondering, is there still sand mining? Is Maury still here?
Not Maury's, but Maury sold. I'm not sure the name of the company that has it now, but a lot of these sand plants are changing names left and right.
Yeah,
they don't really keep track of who they are, but they are still mining sand. You know, they're taking. There's a couple plants that came down now, are barging sand from the waterfront.
Yeah, that's
taking it up the Delaware River to their concrete plants.
That's great. How's that
which has been working out just fine. We've done the best we can to try to accommodate them as much as we can, as far as give them access to the roadways and stuff, which mainly is county roadways and stuff. But they need to slow down. I guess we need to put that out there and have them slow down.
I got to tell you, when I was in charge of the Public Works Department for the county, everybody, and this is the truth, everybody who lives on the street thinks that every car that drives on that street drives too fast.
Right.
Everybody drives on the street thinks the speed limit is too slow, is too low. I'm telling you, that's the God's honest truth. And I probably believe the same myself, although luckily where I live, I don't have much traffic. But you live on a county road, and I understand, and people do tend to go a little bit above the speed limit.
Right.
But what a wonderful thing, though, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Be able to do the barging.
It's good for the township as far as the ratables go. As far as trying to keep tax dollars down.
Yeah.
But I do get a lot of complaints about the trucks. So I deal with that as I can.
Yeah, I totally understand.
We are going to start what we're going to call a traffic calming project on 553 going through the center of town. We're going to repave the road, and we're going to put lines down to try to make the lanes a little skinnier, put up flashing signs, and try to just slow these trucks down going through town. It was what the goal was.
Well, Dick will remember, but I remember Jim Pirelli when I had the Public Works Department and the roads, And Jim just kept after it and after it and after it about getting the bypass. And God bless him. I'm glad he did. It's worked out very well. And I still tell the story. The only time I ever got to ride on a fire truck was thanks to Jim Pirelli and the Commercial Township Fire Department, I guess. We celebrated. That was our way of opening up the road. That was really a neat thing to be able to do. So that's been a blessing, because you used to have to go through downtown Morristown.
Right. And that's one of the other complaints I get too. Is if anybody could tell me how to get a hold of these map people and fix this, but the trucks, when they go to that sand plant, come over the bridge, the maps are telling them to make that left.
Like
don't take the bypass. Yeah,
Oh,
they're telling them to take that left, which they're still driving down through town, which they shouldn't be doing.
No, gosh.
We've put signs up. We've put electronic signs up. We put everything. We tell these trucks don't go this way.
Yeah, right.
But they're following their maps.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
So we need to figure out how to notify them to change that. And I'm not really sure how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm sure Google or somewhere they can change the maps around so that people know where they're going. But that has been a blessing, because they don't have to drive all the way up to Philadelphia.
Correct.
Right. Now, it's barged from down at Bivalve. And it goes up to Philadelphia.
Correct, yes.
That's really great. So one of the other key industries that has always, I was trying to look at industries, obviously sand mining has always been one. The other one has been fisheries of clams and oysters and all that. Is that still doing pretty well?
The oysters, there's still an oyster company down there, K-May Oysters, I think it's called. Barney Hollinger, yeah, he's the one that's involved in that. Yeah, he does very well with that. He takes good care of all that stuff. And then of course we've got bivalve, or not bivalve packing, but it's Cape May Salts that's doing the oysters, and then there's also a oyster packing plant down there.
I see.
I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but yeah, they're still there. They're still going.
You know what I miss? Dick and I used to hang out at Jelly Beans.
Oh yeah,
that's not there anymore.
No.
And there was quite a few. What were the other places that were? You're young. What were the other places besides Bivalve? Where else did we hang out at besides Jelly Beans? Palomino, thank you. Yeah. And there was actually, I think, 3 restaurants at one time. Do you have anything downtown?
We have Dino's.
That's right.
That's really the only one that's in town.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that, with these new ordinances that we've passed with the cannabis, we're bringing that industry into the township.
Oh, that's super. That'll be very
I'm hoping that spurs enough economic growth to where we could actually get a couple more restaurants in town.
Yeah, that's certainly
we're all looking for ways to be able to spur the economy, and that's one of them.
Yeah, that should do very, very well. And the nice thing with cannabis is it gives the city or the township, we get 2%,
correct,
right, which would be nice as well. Yeah. And there'll be lots of employees.
Correct.
That's good. Do you know where that's going to be?
Stockwell Lane is right on North Avenue, and Stockwell Lane is where the person who is trying to develop this is going to build this facility.
And that's good. How long do you think before that may be?
Another year. He's looking to open a distribution facility, but that hasn't been determined yet, and it's not finalized yet.
I see. Oh, that's great. We're talking with Mike Vizzard, the mayor of Commercial Township. We'll be back with Mike with more right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Welcome back to the Finish Line Pub at the beautiful New Jersey Motorsports Park. And my guest tonight is Mayor of Commercial Township, Mike Vizzard. And we've been talking about some of the things that are going on, that cannabis should be a fantastic generator of jobs and money. And like you said, maybe it'll give enough people that somebody will want to open a restaurant.
Right.
The one lucky thing, though, you do have is the Wawa's right across the river.
That's right.
So that's one thing that was wonderful. When I lived in Marshfield Township, we didn't have a Wawa, and there wasn't a lot. Campbell's Corner opened.
Campbell's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, it's interesting. I was thinking about it today. It's been 42, 43 years since we started cable television. And you were my technician. I didn't know it. But Dick Smith was the mayor at the time. And everything worked to be in Haleyville area in Commercial Township. The tower, we bought the, what was that big, Haleyville School? That's our schoolhouse, where our office was for Clover. That was a school, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the old school there. Yeah.
Did you go to that school? No, that was out of business. Anyway, we bought the school. We had the offices downstairs and the studio upstairs, and that really worked out nicely. And then from there, we were able to branch into Marshfield Township, Morris Township, Down Township, Fairfield Township, and Deerfield Township. So we were able to serve 6 townships through doing that, and that worked out very well for us, the people as well. So that was something good. Now you tell me, in Haley, we're talking about Haleyville. Tell me what's going on. You got a couple ball fields there, right?
Well, yeah, I have plans right now to install a walking path around the ball field. I know there's a lot of people excited about that. Plans right now to install a walking path.
That's great, though. That's nice. Isn't the senior center close by too?
It is, yeah. It's up next to the state police barracks.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a half mile away.
Okay. So you're going to put in a walking path?
Yeah. We're looking. I got a couple ideas there. We haven't really finalized all of it, but it's definitely going to go around the ball field.
That's good.
I would like to extend it down to Haleyville School and go around the back of Haleyville School, and then possibly come up the the bypass road, and then maybe go across into the Lake Aldrey and go around the state lake there.
Okay, and that's right. You did tell me. I never knew about State Lake Aldrey.
And then take it back to the ball field. That's my ultimate dream, but I don't know. Good. I don't know if we're going to make it all happen, but we're going to try.
Well, if you get that cannabis money,
That's
man,
right.
you'll be able to put in anything you want.
Yeah, we definitely want to try that. And then, we need some parks in the township for the kids too. So we're looking at putting in new playground equipment at the Haleyville ball field.
Oh, that's good.
There's there's definitely a need there with moms dropping kids off coming there to play ball, and then they got little kids that want to do something. Yeah, so I'm thinking a playground right there would be good for them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And then in Laurel Lake, there's no parks to say in Laurel Lake, so I'd like to put something on Battle Lane. There's some property there that I'm sure there's some properties there that the township is foreclosed on that we could just turn that into a park and give the kids somewhere to go in Laurel Lake.
Yeah, that's nice too. And Laurel Lake has such great density.
Right.
A lot of people there. And that leads us to the other topics. There's 2 issues. I've talked with County Commission Director Doug Albrecht, and he was very much interested in trying to get eventually the Cumberland County Utility Authority into Commercial Township, especially Laurel Lake right on down. It currently terminates at the federal prison,
Correct,
on
right.
Buckshootum
On
Road.
Buckshootum Road,
So
right.
it just be, and as you come down Buckshootum Road, you certainly could service some more Fairfield Township and Lawrence Township, and then just keep on coming down to Commercial Township, and then I guess you could go around and towards Down Township and all that.
Right.
Although Fortescue is going to get their sewer system.
Yeah, they're out for bid now.
Are they now?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I'll tell you what, if anything, folks, the value of the properties in Fortescue have about doubled.
Sure.
Because of the sewer.
Because of that, yeah.
What is the average replacement for a septic tank nowadays?
My guess is going to be $30,000.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, is $30,000 to replace a septic system.
And the nice thing is, if you can hook into, like the Cumberland County Utility Authority, there's a certain fee, there's a hookup fee, which isn't that bad. Then you have your monthly fee, but still it's a lot better than $30,000 chunk.
Right.
And again, it's going to put the value of the houses up in Laurel Lake and other areas. And you're not going to have to worry, as you know, the lot has to be so big in order to accommodate sewer and water.
That's right.
Now, you mentioned something about doing something with Millville with water. Tell me about that.
We're looking into the idea of partnering with Millville. They're looking to extend their water into their portion of Laurel Lake, which is normally what I'm going to call the north side of the lake. But we're looking at extending that across the bridge and having all of Laurel Lake tied into the water. Right. And the thought with that is, if that does work out, I mean, we're digging trenches. We might as well put septic pipe in also. And just, it won't go anywhere, but at least it'll be there.
Yeah.
If 10 years from now we decide to tie into septic somewhere, the infrastructure is there.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was the treasurer for the Cumberland County Utility Authority for probably 10 years when I was mayor of Millville. And I'm very much aware of it has the capacity. It's only at 50%. And it would be nice because, again, as we talked about, it increases the value of the property.
Right.
So, and that's going to help the property owner if and when he or she wants to sell their property. And it's also going to help the rateable base for Commercial Township as it will for Down Township as these homes on Fortescue go up. You know what, I was wondering, Mike, if you look at Commercial Township, are there places that you have the lake, but I'm just thinking, are there places over on the bay that homes could be built?
Well, I want to say yes, but there is a lot of new regulations now coming out with, where you can build in flood zones and what you have to do to build in a flood zone.
That's right.
I'm working on another aspect of all that, on how to let our residents know where they can build and what they can't build, and when they start remodeling something, what they may have to bring up to new codes. There's a lot of things with that. So we're in the middle now of trying to designate what those areas are that we're wanting to build in and what we're not going to build in.
I would think the closer you got to the water, you might have to do pilings like they do with
Absolutely,
Fortescue, to be safe for that home and flooding and all that kind of stuff. That is something. But as we talked about, what's that lake you told me about?
Lake Audrey.
Lake Audrey. I never knew about Lake Audrey, but one show Mike and I were doing, talking about all the great assets the Commercial Township has: the river, Laurel Lake, Lake Audrey, and they have the bay.
The bay,
so
correct.
You're surrounded with, and people want to be on the water.
Right.
I mean, I got to mention that beautiful home that's not far from you, on the same side of the street as you. Is that a bed and breakfast, or what is that beautiful?
Yeah, that's the guy. I believe he's from Wyoming. He started remodeling that and turned it into a bed and breakfast, but I don't know that he's open yet.
I see.
I haven't seen much activity going on there.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what's happening with that. But it is a very nice place. He did a nice job.
Is the former mayor, George Garrison, still living where he is?
He is, yeah. I believe he's spending more time in Florida.
I thought he did, yeah.
But he still has his house there, as far as I know.
And that's a great location,
yes, right.
Being on the river, and you're across from the river, right? Which is nice. And people love to be on the water, lake, bay.
Yeah, that entire Buckshootum Road, like where you were saying George Garrison lives.
Yeah.
I mean, that all borders the river.
Yes, right.
So you got the marsh and the river, and
it's really another nice asset to go along with what Commercial Township has to offer. It's really exciting to hear about the cannabis, though, because that's going to give jobs, more money. the township, and it'll help.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to an economic boost with that. Is what I'm looking forward to.
Do you know what the township budget is now?
About $3 million.
Okay. And the ratables?
So I'm going to say probably more than half of that. I'm going to say maybe 1.7 is the ratables.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, probably. And you have a lot of properties. In fact, I often tell the story that if it wasn't for Laurel Lake and Fortescue, you'd have never had cable. Because you had density.
Right.
I mean, we had to pay $10,000 a mile, whatever it was then, to run cable. And Laurel Lake had density, and so did Fortescue. Lawrence River didn't have density. A lot of those towns, Lawrence Township was spread out, especially with the whatever you call that track, the track of land, the Carlo track in Lawrence Township.
Yes, okay, okay.
And that was downtown Lawrence Township was fine, great 553.
Right, okay.
To get out, the other was not easy to be able to do. And Fortescue helped because they had density, and so did Money Island. We did get Gandy's Beach as well. We're talking with Mike Vizzard, the mayor of Commercial Township, and we'll be back with Mike to talk more about some great things happening in the township right after these messages.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Here and in person, the fabulous Blackwood Quartet.
Come on, help us now. Hey!
Join us for a night of great Southern gospel music. It happens May 19th, 7 p.m. at New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey. Entrance is free, and a love offering will be taken. May 19th, 7 p.m. That's May 19th, 7 p.m. at New Life Church for the fabulous Blackwood Quartet.
In South Jersey, we do things our own way. We say things out loud, face things head on, and never back down. And that's how we fight cancer. With the most advanced diagnostics, leading-edge technology, and a team of doctors who know how to treat your cancer. And most importantly, we do it right here at the Frank and Edith Scarpa Cancer Center, Vineland, and the Leading Edge Cancer Center, Mullica Hill.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. My special guest this evening is Mike Vizzard, Mayor of Commercial Township, and we're talking about some of the great things that are happening or going to happen in Commercial Township. And like one of the things that is being looked at is we talked about the water sewer, and that really will be a tremendous thing, even if it can service Laurel Lake, because that's probably of the homes that are in the township. I would think more than 50% are in Laurel Lake.
It's very densely populated there, yes. So that's the target area. We want to start there.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense to do it. Do you have any idea on the Millville timeline? What
no, not yet. No, it's all just preliminary. We've just started with them. I don't think they've even passed their resolutions to extend it that far yet. So
that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, we're still working things out with them.
Yeah. I don't know what they would do with the sewer part to get it.
Right.
Actually, if a CCUA does what they're talking about doing, the county, which I think is a great thing, then Millville wouldn't have to do that if they wanted to acquiesce to the county.
Right.
The county could get the Millville side of Laurel Lake as well as the Commercial Township side. But of course, that's up to Millville as to whatever they want to do with that aspect of it. But what's the situation with the state police barracks now?
That is going to go. I did call the CCIA a couple weeks ago to get an update on what's going on with that. and it is still going to go. Naturally, with COVID, it got shut down for a little while. There was a lot of things that didn't happen, but we need to get back together, have another meeting, get rebound back into this, and start moving forward with that. But yeah, that's definitely going to go. They have the parcel of land next to the old state police barracks. They're going to start clearing that out, and plans have already been drawn up and approved by the state. So yeah, it's ready to go.
So what will the old barracks be used for here?
Right now, we're going to find. I think the state police is going to keep it for a little while, and keep the stuff that they have in there for right now. But eventually, it's going to be emptied out, so we'll have to put it up for rent somewhere to somebody else.
Yeah. Now, during the commercial break, you were talking about the first aid or the EMTs, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah,
Laurel Lake.
in Laurel Lake. Yeah, we're looking to. They're running into some financial difficulties, in Laurel Lake with the rescue squad for the entire township, which really is no fault of anybody's other than the fact that the population is dropping, and it's just. And I think it's a great thing for the township to have that rescue squad. So that's one of the programs that I'm working on, is trying to figure out how we could fund. And I'm hoping that the cannabis is going to work out. I'm hoping that we can take those monies and help Laurel Lake Fire Department fund the rescue squad and keep the rescue squad in Commercial Township.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I know my dad passed away 2 years ago, and I know when he passed away, they were there in less than 3 minutes, so when he had his heart attack. And if we had to wait for somebody from Millville, I couldn't even tell you, 7 to 10 minutes, but they were there, so I think it's a great thing for the township to have that rescue squad, and I want to do everything I can to make sure we keep it there.
Yeah, no, that's very important. As you mentioned, hopefully the cannabis will give you some income that you weren't counting on that could go towards that. Right. What a wonderful thing.
Yes, exactly. Right.
For those that aren't cannabis fans, okay, I understand. Financially, it could be a big help to the rescue squad here in Commercial Township as well. I got to talk about, I heard there was a fabulous breakfast at Morristown Fire Hall on Saturday with lots of people there. And I just got to tell you, what a fantastic place. And Don and Freddie Hunt, and I'm sure there are other people that are there, but they just have always led the way. I mean, one of my favorite dinners when I was the mayor of Millville, we used to come down and they would host the rescue squad from Millville. Okay. And they would have that and give out the awards. Somebody asked me, do they have their own liquor license?
I believe they do, yes.
Yeah, because I mean, I know they've always had the bar and stuff like that. But what a beautiful facility.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they do it very well. They're the people that work on that. I mean, they've got it down pat what each person's job is, and they do a very good job there.
Do they prepare the food?
They do.
I think they do that thing, It was always excellent. Always enjoyed being down there.
Yeah, we had a fundraiser a couple of weeks ago for our Veterans Park in Haleyville. Okay. It was a spaghetti dinner, and we've had it now for the last 3 years, I think. Everything's prepared right there. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was out of town. I was in Tennessee when that was going on, so I couldn't help this year. But it's always a good time. It's always a good time helping with the sauces and making the spaghetti and putting everything together.
Yeah, and they're great people.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah, it's a wonderful organization. And so you have, and then again, somebody tells me, I'm not an oyster person, but one of the best meals you'll get is at the Port Norris Fire.
That's right, the ham and oyster dinner. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's always a good time too.
Yeah, they do. I have gone to that when I was running for office years ago, but it was always very nice. Now, are the Hoffmans involved with the Port Norris Fire Company?
Yes, John Hoffman is. Well, last I knew he was the chief. I think he's still the chief.
Okay.
All right. Like again, things changed.
Yeah, sure. I understand.
But I'm pretty sure that he's still the chief there. Yes.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and they're great people too. I mean,
right.
That Hoffman Funeral Home, all that. Just really, I guess for Commercial Township, the major funeral home is probably Hoffman. Right?
Yes.
And I know Morris River's Hoffman also.
Right.
So then as you get west, you got Paget over towards Western.
Right.
Of course, Bridgeton is Freitag. Millville is Christie, Barr, and Rocap Shannon. So, and tell you what, you must have met Skip Luisi, right?
I have, yes.
Oh my God, have you seen his facility?
Yes.
Wow, it's unbelievable. He's got a phenomenal place there. Wow. So we're having pickleball at the New Jersey Motorsports Park, I see. Kind of starting soon, Mike.
Oh, yeah?
May 12th. A lot of my female friends are into pickleball. I haven't played.
I've never played it either.
No. I know some of them, it's like they love it. You know, they'll be there. So God bless. And I guess it's a lot of fun for what people do. Did you ever play tennis?
I played tennis, yes.
I guess it's similar, except the ball's sort of like a wiffle ball or something. I have to go see. As I say, a lot of my friends, they love it. They go play.
Yeah, my daughter's fiance, Jake Weibel, he played tennis a lot too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Boy, what a great family there.
Yeah, the Weibel family?
Yes, they are super people. So Millville's having little chamber. They're honoring Joe Durella.
I saw that.
And their partners as well. So after you finished Port Nard School, you went to Millville High.
I did, yeah.
And then what did you do? Did you go into become an electrician after you graduated?
No, before I graduated, actually, I went to work for an electrical contractor in Vine and Snell Electric. I went to work for them when I was in 10th grade. Just working in the shop, I wasn't working as an electrician. I was working in the shop, which was the best thing I could have done. I learned about all the materials. I went to all the job sites delivering materials. So I had a step up on everybody, in my apprenticeship program.
Wow, I guess you did.
So it worked out pretty good for me.
That's fantastic. So from Snell, how long did you stay there?
Through my entire apprenticeship program. I'm going to say I was with Snell for 10 years.
Okay. Yeah. And then when did you go to GM White?
I went to GM White in 1990, I think it was. And I worked for them for a couple of years, and then he made the offer to me that he knew I was going to go in business. I had my contractor's license. My intentions was to go in business. And he offered me a buyout to his company, Mr. Greg White. And 2001, I became the owner of GM White, and I've owned it since.
22 years now. Mm-hmm. Wow. Time flies. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I worked for Bechtel out at the nuclear plant for 5 months, I think it was, at nights. And I will never go back. I had enough of the nuclear plant.
I am sure that was a ways to go too, as well, which makes it tough. We're talking with Mike Vizzard, who is the mayor of Commercial Township. We'll be back to talk more with Mike right after these messages.
I just need a break. Will I have it tomorrow?
We are here to help.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Jim Quinn along with Mike Vizzard, Mayor of Commercial Township. And we want you to know that Commercial Township has 2 lakes, Laurel Lake and
Lake Audrey.
I'm not familiar with Audrey, but they also have the Morris River that runs right down past George Garrison's all the way down to I guess all the way down to the bay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the beautiful Delaware Bay, where the other part of Commercial Township. I wanted to ask you, has anything happened, maybe with the cannabis, but that restaurant still sits vacant down there?
It is vacant, yes.
I used to like to go there.
Yeah,
It's a great view.
the first barging company that moved in had aspirations of remodeling that restaurant, which I think they still may, but again, COVID put a halt on a lot of things. So
that's true.
So I think he still has plans on doing something there. We've discussed with him the liquor license. We're trying to work that out with him, and if that gets worked out, then it may be a restaurant again.
Yeah, it's interesting. Speaking of that, you have the Plenary, which would be the restaurant, and you have the liquor store, which is Lolly's, in the Laurel Lake area. Marshall Township has a Plenary license, and it was the only restaurant in Marshall Township was the Morristown Diner. And George had it, and he got the license very inexpensively because nobody was bidding, but he didn't do anything with it. He just let it sit. Now there's new owners. The people that own the Golden Pigeon, they bought that. They also own the Town Tavern, Oscan, and he was talking about maybe having beer and wine. But I was very surprised that, especially with the area, not having an operating restaurant with when you have the liquor license. But for whatever reason, George didn't want to do it. Now that people are there, maybe they'll do that now. But,
I think I remember seeing a bar built in that restaurant.
Yeah, George sort of had one towards the back part.
Yeah, towards the back of the restaurant.
Yeah, over on that one side. Nothing ever happened with it. But that's another nice thing. I mean, if you could get them to open that and then they get the liquor license, I really enjoy going down there a lot. It's like I go to Sybil's. You know Sybil?
I don't.
Oh my God, you and you'll have to come over sometime. We'll go have dinner at Sybil's.
Okay.
It's at Hotel Charlesworth.
Oh, Charlesworth? Okay.
Oh my God, he is the most entertaining person you'll ever meet in your life. He's never met a stranger, and the food is fabulous. It really is. But again, what he has is for townships like down that don't have liquor licenses. He has the winery license from Cedar Rose Wine.
Okay.
In fact, I got the Queen restaurant in Diamond. Got them hooked up with Cedar Rose. So they have a wine distribution as well.
Okay.
At least to that, a little bit more to it. But oh my goodness. And again, the view is phenomenal. You sit right there, watch the sunset, right on the bay. But you're going to have similar things down in Fort Lauderdale. What was that restaurant called? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember. No, that was a long time ago. No, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. But anyway, one of the things I know you wanted to mention too was the sewer, like the septic replacements. Tell me about
I'm starting a program. We were allowed to take some of our American Recoveries Act monies that we had from the government and start a sewer replacement program where the township would. I mean, not sewer, septic replacement program where the township would help fund homeowners who were trying to sell their houses.
Okay.
One of the biggest problems we have in the township is they just cost so much money to repair these septic systems that people can't sell the houses, so they just walk away from it. So now we end up with an abandoned house. We end up having to foreclose on it. Right.
And that's a win-win for the people, so they can sell it and they don't lose everything.
My goal is to try to help these people repair those septics so that the house is sellable and they can sell the house, keep it on the tax rolls, and we don't have to foreclose. And the premise behind it is, if we repair that septic or help them repair that septic, when they sell the house, the monies that we gave them would be handed back to the township as settlement.
Gotcha.
When they sell the house.
That's great.
And then I could use it for somebody else's process.
That's a win-win.
So we took a modest sum of $75,000 out of the monies that we got from the American Recovery Act. We're going to use that. We're going to get started, thinking that between $25,000 and $30,000 is what we need to repair septics. And then if we can do 2 or 3 septics at one, and just keep cycling that. I don't want to charge interest or anything. I'm not looking to do any of that, because it's money that we got from the state anyway, or the federal government. So yeah, it's just a way to try to help people sell their houses.
Yeah, and that's a wonderful thing, because the bottom line is, instead of just sitting vacant, they leaving it gone, and the township's responsible for it. And, and it gets really tough. So this would be nice. Everybody wins.
And then the bad part about that is when somebody walks away from it, because they can't afford to fix it, the septic. Nobody's going to buy it because they can't afford to fix the septic to buy it.
Right. Yes.
So
that really.
I'm considering doing it both ways. If there's already properties out there where they walked away from them and somebody wants to buy the property, we'll give you the money to fix the septic. When you go to settlement, you give us that money back. So, that kind of thing.
Yeah, at least helps them get in.
Correct.
Get everything taken care of and stuff like that. And especially like we talked about Laurel Lake, the lots are close. I mean, you've got to have a well in one area and the septic in another. They got to be so far apart. So eventually you get water and sewer. That's a real win, because
that is the real win. But even just water will help, because you'll be able to have more room for your septic.
Good point. Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You don't have to worry about the well. Yeah.
So we're just trying to start a little at a time, and
yeah. Well, that's a good thing, and it takes time.
Right.
Nothing is done overnight, but it's some positive things happening. Now, you also were talking about the Morristown bulkhead.
Yeah, we have a park in Morristown where it's a real popular place for people to go fishing at. Right there. It's a small little park at the base of the old wooden Morristown Bridge. And the bulkhead is rotted out, and we're starting to collapse. We could see where the asphalt's sinking down. We've had it surveyed. We had people come down and take pictures of the bulkhead underwater. It needs to be replaced, so we need to come up with $750,000 to replace this bulkhead. We've gone to different agencies trying to get the monies from them as far as grants go and stuff like that. We're having a little difficulty with it, but our goal is to get that bulkhead fixed. I don't want to lose that park. Morristown deserves to have that park.
It's beautiful.
And I want to keep that park. But
who's your city or township solicitor?
Tom Seeley.
He has been for quite a while.
Yes, right.
And who's your administrator, or who's the person?
The CFO.
Yeah,
Pam Humphreys. Yeah, she's the one that takes care of paying all the bills.
That's good. So that's a good thing. Lots of positive things coming forward.
Yes.
Now, the cannabis, you think within a year it'll be?
It's going to take a year to get it started. I'm thinking within a year and a half we should start seeing some revenue, if it stays on that same timeline. I don't want to put words in people's mouths, but if it stays on that timeline, then I would say a year and a half.
Now, that's the growing part, but you're not going to have a dispensary, where people come and buy it? Are you going to have that?
We are, yes.
Oh, super.
We've allowed that, yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm proud of you, because a lot of people are scared of that.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know, like if you saw, one night I'm watching TV, and they showed the first dispensary that opened in Atlantic City. Oh my God, the mile long.
People, the line was...
Yeah, it was. And the one in Vineland, where Jimmy Sorrow's place used to be.
Right around Delsey Drive.
Yeah, they do phenomenal.
They do. Yeah, there's a line there that goes all the way around.
Yes, I remember my son had medical marijuana, and I used to take him up to Belmar.
Yes, right.
It's called, and that was amazing too. And that was just for handicap.
Right.
But now it's wide open for anybody that wants it. Now it's something people voted for. And they want it. So that's, and it can be a very good financial gain. I know Vineland's doing well with people, wanting to grow it. And, the dispensaries, I know they're always got to be careful as to where you put it. You don't want it in somebody's neighborhood, so to speak. But you got plenty of room downtown.
Yeah, our biggest issue we have right now is our infrastructure. There's the electrical grid that we have in Port Norris is not going to sustain a big manufacturing building. So electric company has to upgrade and install a new infrastructure, electrical infrastructure, which they're aware of that, and they're working with this company to be able to do that.
That's good.
But my hope is that after that infrastructure is upgraded, we can have more solar in the township now. Because right now we can't have any solar because we can't tie onto the existing infrastructure.
Yeah, it's funny. I put solar in at my radio station property in Upper Deerfield, and it took a while to get Atlantic Electric to allow me to hook into it. And,
well, my biggest, I guess, I don't know, want is for the school to be able to put solar in. And right now they can't because they can't tie into the infrastructure. So if we upgrade this infrastructure and be able to get the school to tie in, then there's other things too. You know, all these abandoned lakes from the sand plants that are sitting out there. You can always put a floating solar field in and tie it in. You know,
that's true.
Use it for something.
Yeah, and that's a natural resource that's wonderful to be able to have and utilize. I know my solar field, the radio station property, I have no electric bill, you know, and it takes care of a lot of that. And actually, I get about $1,000 a month SREX money back from the investment. It was a sizable investment, but you know, again, it's clean energy. It's be affordable once you get the thing going and stuff like that. So that would be another great thing to have here in Commercial Township.
The only thing that's a shame about solar is it's got to be subsidized by the government, or you can't afford to do it.
Yeah,
you know, that's it's the biggest drawback I have with that.
We're talking with Mayor Mike Vizzard from Commercial Township. We'll be back to wrap up our program right after these messages.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Here and in person, the fabulous Blackwood Quartet.
Come on, help us now. Hey!
Join us for a night of great Southern gospel music. It happens May 19th, 7 p.m. at New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey. Entrance is free, and a love offering will be taken. May 19th, 7 p.m. That's May 19th, 7 p.m. at New Life Church for the fabulous Blackwood Quartet.
In South Jersey, we do things our own way. We say things out loud, face things head on, and never back down. And that's how we fight cancer. With the most advanced diagnostics, leading-edge technology, and a team of doctors who know how to treat your cancer. And most importantly, we do it right here at the Frank and Edith Scarpa Cancer Center, Vineland, and the Leading Edge Cancer Center, Mullica Hill.
I just need a break. Will I have it tomorrow?
We are here to help.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Jim Quinn along with Commercial Township Mayor Mike Vizzard. And we were talking about, you know, the Morristown Park. And Morristown, I mean, when you think about Commercial Township, you've got the uniqueness of the lake, Laurel Lake, and you've got beautiful town in Morristown, Haleyville. I mean, it's just beautiful community. Port Norris too. I mean, some great homes, and there's so many wonderful things. And of course, I used to hang around in Port Norris with Dick Smith all the time when we were in high school, and just, you know, we were talking about the restaurants we go to and have fun. Just to really, and Milt Beecham, you know, lots of people that I know from Port Norris. And I actually, it was funny when I graduated high school, week after I graduated, I started working for Millville Automotive. And I would go to Port Norris every single day to make parts deliveries.
Okay.
They have D'Agostino's, a bunch of different places, Malls and Taylor, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, those places, and see the people, and just, you know. And then you still have the supermarket, right?
Yes, Newcomb's Market. Yep,
Newcomb's
that's still
Market.
there.
Yeah. So that's a really good thing. So what do you like to do in your fun time? I mean, you work all the time. You got your business, you got the mayor's job, and you get that little bit of time available. What do you like to do?
Well, last night I went to my grandson's baseball game.
Oh, that's
watched him play
great.
baseball.
Where was it?
Up in Pittsgrove Township.
Yeah. Oh, that's super.
So I like that. But I'm an avid hunter. I love to hunt.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do you know Jody Farabelle?
I do not.
Okay. He was the chief of Millville. He's a big hunter.
Okay.
John, who do you hunt with?
Well, Dick and I used to go do a lot of hunting. We went to Newfoundland, do a lot of moose hunting.
Oh, that's cool.
And caribou hunting.
Wow.
But yeah, most of the time I go by myself.
So what have you shot? Have you gotten anything?
I got a really nice caribou my last trip up there.
Wow.
I got a really nice caribou. It was 38-point caribou.
Wow.
My first year up there, I got a nice moose.
Jeez. So where are they stuffed, or what do you do with them?
Oh yeah, they're in my man cave in the basement.
Okay. That is cool. So, did you? I guess in high school you were working, right?
I was, yes.
As a sophomore. Yeah, I did too. I worked junior, senior year, the Acme, and then I went to the automotive.
Yeah, I worked for. There's a guy down the street from me, Frank's Tree Service, where I grew up at in Haleyville. So I worked for him mowing grasses on the weekend.
Yeah, I
and then
usually
I
do
worked.
that too.
Yep, and then I worked Snell Electric during the week after school.
Yeah.
So.
I actually worked 7 days a week on a chicken farm.
There you go.
I collected eggs and all that stuff. So yeah, I always had that work ethic. My father had it too, and I just don't like sitting still. I get bored easy. And,
that's me. I can't sit still.
Yeah, I really can't. I was out for a couple of weeks, just had gallbladder surgery. I was so bored just sitting there. The one thing I did find, because I get bored easy, so even for me to watch a movie is pretty tough. I can't stay with it. But I found the game show channel, 73. I watch that because that moves quick. So it goes on. And of course, I watch the Phillies and the Sixers and that type of stuff. But it's fun to do. Good thing. So do you know Mike Trout? You met him?
I haven't met him. I know him. My daughter went to school with him.
Oh, that's right.
But I haven't met him.
One of the neat interviews I got to do a couple years ago was with Buddy Kennedy. Buddy's grandpa is Don Money.
Okay.
And Buddy is right on the cusp of coming back to the majors. He plays for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was up for a while, then they sent him back. Right now, he's ripping it in minor leagues. So hopefully he'll be back soon.
Good.
Yeah, he's a good kid, great. So, and then Isaiah Pacheco just won the Super Bowl. You know, was the big running back for Kansas City Chiefs. They had a parade for him in Vineland as well. Oh, well, my gosh, I'm thinking Commercial Township. You got Larry Milburn. I forgot about that. He's the star out of Port Norris. Well, I tell you what, I don't know if you knew his dad or his brothers. Just great people. I used to watch the games with his dad. We would, and especially at the high school level. And Paul, Paul taught. Right?
Actually, Barry Milburn was a teacher.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was one of my teachers when I was in 8th grade.
I didn't realize that.
And Paul may have been. I don't know that I know Paul that well, but I know Barry was. Yeah.
I have Eric in Millbourne who works for me, and they're her uncles and cousins.
Okay.
Millbournes. I haven't met a Millbourne I don't like.
Right.
They're really great people. They truly are. And Michael, I thank you so much for coming in.
It's my pleasure.
Always good to see you. And keep up the good work.
I'm going to do my very best.
Well, you've done a great job so far. Just keep doing what you've been doing, and it'll keep working out. A lot of exciting things potentially happening here in Commercial Township.
Thank you.
I want to thank Rebecca and Ryan, the R&R team back there, Rebecca and Ryan, for producing the show. I want to thank the New Jersey Motorsports Park for sponsoring the program this evening, and all the people that came out, Dick and Joe and Dina and Marie came out to be with us during the show. So for Mike Vizzard, I'm Jim Quinn. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.